Is it working? All right, cool. Can you cut the music? All right, guys, welcome to the second APL Grand Final. It's between the Vikings, who are the former champions, against the up-and-coming Lampard Lions. Firstly, just wanted to say thank you to our sponsors for making this happen, Care Next Level. All right, without further ado, I'm just going to get straight into the teams. So I'll go Vikings first. All right, Mitch, if you can come out here, please. Sorry? Oh, he's in the toilet? Okay. Good start, good start. All right, next up. It's gone. No, it's already on. No. There we go. All right, we'll call up Ghani. Ghani? Pratik? Just line up that way. Anuj? Yushi? Pavo? Mitch, you've already been called for. Please get on the field. Jump on. You've already been called. And the skipper for the Vikings, Mejia.
We'll talk to you in a bit, Mejia. We'll get the other team out. Lampard Lions, we'll start with VJ. Mick. Their big recruit, Hilsey. Deepesh. Mother and brothers, starting with Div. Tino. And their inspirational captain, Sheriff Anil. The rest.
All right, I'll grab the captains, so Mejia and Anil. So, because you guys made the finals first, you get to call. I want a nice, clean game, but have a go at each other as well. Yeah. So that was a heads and a heads. Vikings have won the toss and they'll bowl. Good luck to both teams.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the grand final of APL number 2 between the Lions and the Vikings. So we have got the Lions opening up with the bat. It'll be really good contest. Both teams have done really well throughout the season, with a couple of new additions for the teams. I think from my end, this is Kirby speaking, by the way. I think my tip is the Vikings will get up. I think they've done really well with the plays that they had. They've got they've picked up Mitch Cohn this year, who's done really well with both bat and ball. He has really stood out in contrast to the other players, and he's made some crucial runs as well with some back-to-back half centuries. It'll be a really challenging test for the Lions, although they do have the likes of Hilsey and Anil. It'll be interesting to see how they go, but we'll see how we go. So we got Garni opening up downhill. Garni has been around within the SPL arena for a very long time, and it has troubled many teams, including the likes of my team in Minos, who he has absolutely destroyed. Nowadays, he's just filling in whenever he is available, but he's been a really good pickup for Vikings this season. He's been really consistent throughout, putting pressure on the batsman. So yeah, I think they need to. I think the Lions themselves probably need to make probably 120 at a very minimum. We know how good Mahir's been with the bat as well. He's been another one of their stars for the Vikings in terms of making bulk runs. But yeah, this will be a very interesting contest. If there's any questions, just whack it in the chat. I'll have a look at it at some point. I'm about to get underway. So we've got Pav under the lid. And we've got a few Viking fans in the arena. So we got Bagsy as umpire, and we got Ricky as well, and Thivi's helping out from the other end. So we're just waiting for the umpires to sort their stuff out before we begin. As we see Nathan doing a couple of drives to practice. Any predictions, just put in the chat. Have a look and have a discuss. But this should be a really interesting contest. So Garni's coming over the wicket with a 3-1 field on the offside. And well played for 2 runs. Nathan's been really good at the bat throughout the season. And you can see he's wanting to play the shots on the front foot as he leaves that one just outside off stump. Garni rarely bowls any loose balls as well, so this will be quite tight. As we see me here, just creep up a little bit further. As Garni bowls, and he defends it really well, but it's a dot ball. I think what Nathan does really well compared to the other players, whilst he is defending some of these balls, he does look to score at the same time, which is really handy. As we see here, just defends that back to the Vikings fielder. Garni comes in and just pushing across leg side a little bit. So you got 1 ball left for the over, so 2 runs for no loss. And once again, Nithin getting on that front foot, a slight push onto the offside and getting through the fielders for a couple of runs. So I think these runs are very crucial to start off with. It just takes the pressure off the guys that are going to come in the likes of Hilsey and Anil. And we know those two in particular, Anil, they'll just hit and run. And Anil is one of the very rare players in SPL overall who look to run for that second as well. But it'll be interesting to see how his groin is today. He's had a sore groin for the last couple of weeks, so it'll be interesting to see how he gets through today. So we've got Unuj bowling uphill, right arm over to Depeche. So he's got a 3-1 field as well. So he defends that back to Mitch on the onside. So Unuj is another bowler who will look to rust through a little bit and put the batsman under pressure. Oh. And he gets past through Depeche there for no runs. So I think Nithin's just having a chat to him, just making sure he listens to the non-striker's call to try and sneak in those runs whenever he can. And great shot for 4. Norgis just bowled back of a length there, and Depeche has just put that away and nutmegged Ayush in the process for 4. So Nuj comes back with a short ball. Depeche it's the right shot to play, just caught a little bit high, but it's done well. So we got dot ball. Good evening, Nicole. Thanks for your comments. So they've just scattered through for 3 runs. So great call by Nithin, as he would have addressed earlier to Depeche in terms of running between the wickets. If they can elevate that, that'll be awesome. And we can see through there, backing up and getting the extra couple of runs. Nithin for a finals MVP. I can't see that not occurring. If he puts on the runs and he gets the wickets when he does come on to bowl the next innings, it'll be very hard to not win the MVP, I feel. So we've got Mitch Cone, left arm over, blowing downhill to Depeche. So 11 off the 2 overs. And that is an absolute peach. Just beating the batsman. Depeche didn't really know what to do. They just come forward without really getting across. So we've got Mitch coming across again. And there's the first wicket. Depeche is out. And just having seen a couple of balls bowled by Mitch, you can see that he's just bowling that back of a length. And it's always going to trouble a batsman. So we got 11 for 1 after 2.2 overs, and the big man is here in Hilsey. So this would be a massive wicket if Mitch can get his teammating in Hilsey, so they both play outdoor together. But with a batsman like Hilsey, you've just got to put the pressure on straight away. If you give him a few balls, he'll settle down quite quickly, and will be on his way to making the runs very quickly. So we've got 4 balls remaining in the over. So dot ball. Hilsey's trying to leave that. He's just come off his chest. Oh. Back of a lance, just stay a little bit low, which Hilsey didn't really anticipate. I think as of recent down that end, it has been staying quite low. So it'll be interesting to see if he keeps peppering that line and length. And he's tried to dig that one in, just a little bit too short, right idea. Comes in and dot ball outside off. So you got 1 ball to come. So it looks like he's still sticking to over the wicket. Well bowled and well played for no runs. So that's a great over by Mitch. So we're 12 overs, 12 runs, sorry, for one of 3 overs. So you got Anuj continuing, back of a length there for another dot ball. So Nitin's on 4, just looking to get into the innings as he pushes away for another 2. Really valuable having a batsman like Nitin just able to push into the wall. Nicole, thanks for your question. It looks like Anuj just moving a little bit away from the right-hander if he is pitching it short. I mean, pitching it a bit more full, sorry. Mitch is just, again, tailing away from the left-hander. Both of them do swing the ball when they are able to pitch it up. But yeah. So they're 14 for 1 after 4 overs, the Lions. So Mitch continuing left arm over. Heelsey on no runs. Back of a length, just a fraction too short, and then Heelsey just pushed that into the wall for 1, so he's off the mark. Oh, and it's just stayed low again. And we spoke about that last over as well, where there's this slight area bowling down here where it does stay quite low, and he seemed to have found that spot. A fraction wide by Mitchie there, but well left. Another dot ball. A little spot will bother Heelsey a little bit, I reckon, if he keeps peppering that area. As Mitch digs another one into the pitch for another dot ball. Have taken them very clean so far. And another dot ball. Mitch is bowling really well. Just setting him up here, I feel. Oh, and there it was. Following up with a nice Yorker, and well played in the end. So the Lions are 17 for 1 after 5 overs. So we have Heelsey on 3 runs and Nitin on 6. We're just looking to see what who Mahir wants to bring on. Yeah, sorry, Nicole. I had to just get off the mic and try to figure out something from a technical perspective. So we got Pratik coming up, bowling uphill, left arm around to Nitin. As he leaves that one for another dot. So Pratik's quite hard to face. Zings him quite quickly into the batsman. And he bowls a really good line and length. It's just a back of a length where as a batsman we want to try and get back, forward or back against spinners. And it's not easy in an indoor setting, and it's not easy especially with Pratik bowling his usual line. But Nitin's looked quite comfortable so far as he looks to try and get forward as much as he can. And another dot ball. So we've got one more ball remaining as he defends that one. Back to Ayush at mid-off. So that was a really good over by Ayush, by Pratik, sorry. So 19 for 1 after 6. So Nee's just having a chat with Garni, figuring out what's the best way to go about trying to get Hillsy out. As both veterans of the game will be very wary of Hillsy's strengths. So Garni's coming around the wicket. Oh, back of a length, just clipped inside the bat for 1 run. Hillsy will try leave as much as he can, but it'll be interesting to see how it goes from this angle as it comes off the leg for a dot ball. So I think Garni will try to set him up, just trying to hit that middle and off and push the ball away from him. As Hillsy defends that ball, and Mahir does really well just to keep that off the wall. So it's another dot ball. Well played by Hillsy. So Garni's just hitting the deck here, which might be looking to set him up as well. And Hillsy puts that away for 2 runs. Played really well. Probably just a fraction wide by Garni here. It'll allow Hillsy to just throw his hands at it. And he bowled him! That's a huge wicket. Adjusted his line following the ball previously, and he's straightened that up, and that's a massive wicket. That is a big, big, big wicket. So Lions are 21 for 2, and we've got the captain of the Lions coming in Anil. And that was really well bowled by Garni. Set him up really well. Adjusted his line a fraction. As I said at the start of the over, coming around, he's going to force the left-handers to try play majority of the balls. Change of pace and a fraction change of line, and he's got the big man out. So this has been a good couple overs by the Vikings here. Pratik setting it up to start off with a couple of runs off his first over, and then Garni following it up with a massive wicket in Hillsy. So pressure's on the Lions here to try and establish a partnership. And the Vikings will be wanting to really capitalise with the momentum that they currently have. So Pratik's going to continue bowling uphill, left arm around. He's got Nathan on strike here, on 8. As he gets 4 to that, just works on the leg side for a couple of runs. He's just bowled up just back of a length, and just poor fielding by Mahir and Mitch. Lack of communication there for a couple of runs. Mitch having a cheeky laugh. So Pratik coming in, bowling back for a length, and well left by Nathan. Covering his off stump quite well, knowing exactly where the ball's going to go. And he darts that one into the body of Nathan, off the back four for a couple of runs. Well called by Anil through there. Right idea by Pratik to try and change it up. Just push it slightly down leg side. So we'll see how Anil goes with his first delivery. So similar ball to the previous ball in trying to beat the batsman through pace, but just drag that down leg side for a while. And a really good comeback by Pratik there, just pulling his line back and slowing it down a little bit and beating the bat ever so slightly. So you got 1 ball left for the over, and that should be a wide, and it is. Anil leaving that. So he'll look to close this over out without any trouble, hopefully. And Anil just rocking back into the back foot, working it down leg side for 3 runs, and started off as a good over, and it's just lapsed a little bit there. But no trouble from the Lions' perspective from that end, from that over. So they're 32 for 2 off 8 overs. So here's kept Garni on, which is a fair decision, trying to get the big boys out in Nathan and Anil. If there's a time to get Anil out, it is now. He's quite similar to Hillsy in the sense of, once he gets a few balls in, he'll start to work into his innings as Anil edges that. Came off the back wall, but he's played that with soft hands, so hasn't ricocheted off. So Gunny coming over the wicket. Inside edge into the leg side as they scatter through for 3 runs. So Nathan and Neil will know each other's strengths and weaknesses as they play for Misfits in Cup Grade. As Gunny comes in and slows that down, and he's trying to stop that ball, which he did, and then unfortunately just hit the back wall at the batsman end for a single run. But good effort by Pav to try and stop that. Gunny coming over the wicket. Slightly down leg side, and Nathan played that reasonably comfortably for a run. He's got a couple of balls left for the over. Just slightly outside off. Well left by Nathan. So we've got 1 ball left for the over here, so I feel like Gunny will try dart this in or bowl slow ball reasonably full. Oh, and there it was. And a great run by the pair, and a great call by Anil. Anticipated the ball hit the wall, and he scored him straight away. So wasn't a too bad of an over from the Lions' perspective. So they're 41 for 2 off 9 overs. Nathan's on 17, and Anil's easing into his innings now. He's on 7 runs. So this will be a key partnership here between Anil and Nathan for the Lions. So Pratik's staying on, bowling uphill to Nathan on strike. So they've got 3-1 field on the offside. He just crept in a little bit. And they scattered through for 4 runs. Light idea by Pratik, just slightly leg side, and Nathan's played that really well, comfortably down leg side. So you just got to pull his length back a little bit. Coming around the wicket. Oh, and then Neil's trying to chase that. Got a bit of bounce off the pitch there. Oh, this is a really good line now by Pratik. So Neil loves to get on the front foot and try hit the wall and take off straight away, but Pratik's just pulled off his pace just a little bit. So I think Neil's just playing this with hard hands, so you just got to let the ball come to him as much as possible here. And that's bread and butter for Anil as Pratik that bowls at back of a length. Anil's probably probably the best player in that up-down shot, hitting into the wall and scattering through for a few runs there. So continuing around the wicket, and Nathan's left that just outside off, so we've got 1 ball to come. Still got the 3-1 field for the offside. And that's a dot to finish off the over, and well left by Nathan. So the Lions are halfway through their innings, so they're 49 for 2 off 10 overs. So you got Nathan on 21 and Neil on 11. So these two would really want to build a big partnership and get some runs on the board. They need to get to around 120 odd at a minimum to make this game competitive. So good to see you got a number of viewers tuning in for the APL Grand Final. He's trying to go for that back-to-back win for his team. So he's brought back Mitchie here. I think he is sensing there's a chance of getting a nil out quite soon. So Mitch's coming around the wicket and digging that into the pitch, which Anil leaves, and just had a quick think about whether he can pull that ball. So continuing around the wicket. Back of a length. Just come off the arm of Anil for a dot ball. great shot for 2 runs. It's just slightly fooled by Mitch there. And the Lions are getting amongst it now. Dug that one in a little bit shorter, and Anil played it really well, but really well fielded by Irish there. The Lions are really sensing the opportunity to try and get behind the 2 batters here. And a dot ball, really well balled by Mitch, as Anil defends that back. So you got 1 ball to come for the over. So they're scattered through for 4 runs. So Mitch bowling just the back of a length, and Anil putting that away in the leg side for 4 runs. He's really getting into his innings now. You can see that with his pull shots coming out into the wall, and it's really difficult for the fielders to try and get that ball and get a run out through there. Especially with these two are quite quick between the wickets as well. So it's just really good batting and just safe cricket as well. So after 11 overs, we've got 55 for 2. So Pav's coming on to bowl. Not as quick as the previous bowler, Mitch, but bowls it can move it both ways as well. So Neil's on strike here. And he's edging on, and he's caught it! That is a ripping catch by Prateek there. That is a massive wicket. So he's getting it out, confirmed it. Massive, massive wicket. And at the right time for the Vikings as well. Anil was just looking to increase the run rate up. And he's just paid the price there. He's just tried to play that a little bit too hard there with his hands. But a brilliant catch by Prateek. Come off the slide wall and into the back net, and he's fumbled it a little bit, but had the composure to control it. It's unfortunate from the viewer's perspective, they might not be able to see that, but as you can probably see from my reaction to it, that was a really good catch. And it's just swung the momentum back into the Vikings now. So you got Mick Malik coming into bat. Has a massive, massive wicket. As he leaves that against Pav, just bowling back of a length. So Pav's just having to tie a shoelace. So it's 56 for 3. So Nathan's just having a chat to Mick. And the Vikings are sensing another wicket as Pav comes in. Oh! And it's a dot ball. Mahia, the Flying Gazelle, taking that really well, but it's just come off the front leg. And Pav just balled that off the pitch. No ball. As Bagsy reminds everyone, that is not a free hit. So Pav coming back in. Just his line. Oh, just short of Mahir. If it was a couple of inches closer to him, I reckon Mahir would have attempted to dive forward and try to take a catch, as Anuj reminded him. So we'll see if Mahir's just adjusted where his positioning is, slightly forward, as Pav continues. As there's an inside edge onto the leg, as confirmed by Bagsy. So you got 1 to come. So 4 runs off the over so far, but a massive wicket in Anil. And oh! Inside edged onto his legs, spinning back into the wicket, and he's just kicked it away there. So Lions are 59 for 3 of 12 overs. Nathan needs to remain at the crease in order for Lions to put a decent total on. So he's currently batting really well. He's on 21 at the moment. And Mick's just come in within the last over, and he's just on the 2 runs so far. So He's being really aggressive here, bowling his key bowlers quite early, especially in the first 12 overs. So Garney's got one more over left, so he's going to bowl him out now. So he's 1 for 15 off his 3, with Nithin on strike. So he's trying to go for the kill here. So Garner remaining over the wicket. Oh, and he's got that on the fall. Oh, and it might be hitting the stump, I reckon, from my end. They've given it not out, but he's reviewed that straight away. This will be quite close. This will be very, very close, and it is a bit of pressure on Ricky here. Because if Nathan's out, it is going to be an uphill battle for them in order for them to get a decent total for the Vikings to chase. So Ricky's just going through the review, as Mitch has just swung by and said g'day to the crowd. So Mihir looks pretty confident with that, as the senior players of the Vikings do the old tactic of getting to the umpire, getting close as they can, and letting them know that it's plum. I do that quite a fair bit, even though it might not be out, but you never know when you put pressure on the umpires, especially on a day like this where you got the grand final on. Front foot looks clear. Gonna have to wait for the call here for Ricky's explanation. So Ricky's and he's given it out. That is a massive wicket. So he's made a great decision in getting Garnett to continue bowling as Nathan departs for 21. It's just really good captaincy by me here to be able to try and make the right decisions to make sure that it keeps putting the pressure on the Lions batting lineup. One of the great leaders of SPL in me here. So Lions are 59 for 4 as Nathan has a chat to his teammate and younger brother and Div. So he's continuing over the wicket. And it's an inside edge onto the leg, but for 1 run. So there's 4 balls left for the over. Or a classic slower ball by Garney, and Div got absolutely baited by that. But he's still at the crease. So I'm not sure what's happened here. Ricky, I'll tell you the viewers what's going on after this ball. As Div puts it away for 1 ball. Ricky's cramping up while scoring and umpiring. I'm not sure how that's happening, but as Garney bowls that one slightly full to Div and drives beautifully through the offside for 4 runs. Trying to go in for the Yorker there, but Div getting on the front foot and committing to the shot and play that really well. So got 1 ball left for the over and the spell for Garney as he tries to bowl a Yorker to Mick, which he keeps out. So it's a great spell by Garney. So he got his 2 for 22 off his 4 overs, getting some big wickets in there. So the Lions are 66 for 4 of 13 overs. So as I was saying, Ricky is cramping up whilst umpiring, so I'm not sure how that happened. So Pratik continuing to bowl uphill around the wicket. So Div on strike here. As he leaves that comfortably outside off. So the Lions have got seven overs to play with here, with 3 wickets remaining. As Pratik pitches that a bit more fuller, in which Div has put that away for 2 runs, in between Mitch at point and Mahir at short cover. And he's given it out. Gotten forward, slight tickle off the back wall, and great take by Mitch there. So Pav's tried to take that rebounding off the wall, and he's done a fairly decent job there to try and keep the ball up to give Mitch a chance to be able to take that catch. So, Lions, 68 for 5. We've got Vijay at the crease here. He just needs to stick around. The last thing you want to do is throw your wicket away, especially with 6 overs remaining after this. At 68 runs at the moment, it's going to be a relative easy chase for Vikings, in my opinion. If they were to get out quite cheaply, if they were going to defend a total, they'll need to get it around the 80-90 run mark. So Pratik continuing around the wicket as Vijay leaves that outside off. So the Lions trying to do as much as they can to try and encourage the current batsman at the crease. And he's bowled him. That's a great nut. Just back of a length. Vijay squared up and he's just taken his off stump. So 68 for 6 the Lions are. So Mick's still at the crease. So as he is the lowest scorer, he's going to come back and be the sub batsman for the Lions. So Nitin's just had a chat to him, which I probably can take a guess at in terms of trying to just rotate the strike if he can and face out the remaining 6 overs. Plenty of time to bat. They just need to find a way to get to the 80-90 run mark. So Pratik having another go at Vijay now. Still continuing around the wicket. Tries to get through him by bowling a lot more fuller, which Vijay plays really well back to the bowler. So that's the end of the over. So they're 68 for 6 after 14 overs. So Mick's just having a chat to Vijay in the middle as Anuj returns to the attack. He's gone for 9 run off his 2 overs. No wickets, but he's bowled really well. So this will be a big challenge for Mick. Anuj, a veteran player of SPL, a champion player for the Māori Ducks, bowling downhill now. So she's just switched ends. Just back of a length, and Mick comfortably plays that for 2 runs. So Mahir's just reminding him to just pitch it up a little bit fuller if he can. So Mahir just adjusts the field 2-2. Or slightly full and stayed low, just missing the bat. We'll see how we go now. Just outside off. Mick's played that relatively comfortably. The Lions on the bench are trying to help them out as much as they can. As Anilj comes in, bowls slightly slow ball, but Mick's looked quite comfortable so far. He's just coming in to have a chat. Probably giving up a bit of a G up and letting him know that a wicket soon would be great. As Anuj continues to bowl, and a good short ball, which again Mick's played quite well. So there's one ball left for the over. Anuj is only going for a couple of runs this over. As it continues, and he's Pav's just tried to stump him, or he has completed the stumping. So Pav's not. So Bagsy's made the call dot ball, and then Pav's taken the stumps off. Pav's not happy with that. Bagsy has called that quite quickly, to be fair. Interesting. So that's the end of the over. 70 for 6 after 15 overs. So Mitch is going to finish off his spell bowling uphill at Vijay. So I think what Mitch will need to do is get it relatively nice and full as he's coming around the wicket to Vijay. As he plays it with soft hands for 1 run. So Mitch coming in. Bowling back with a length. Vijay plays it quite comfortably down leg side for a dot. So as Mitch comes in. Back with a length and well defended by Vijay. Appreciated well by the Lions players on the bench. As Mitch comes in and tries to bump him, but Vijay's played that really well. As that's caught Pav at the end of the finger, a bit uncomfortable, but just returning back to his position. Again, soft hand by Vijay. A dot ball, however, as he played no shot. So Mitch has got 1 more ball left in his spell. He's gone for just 11 runs in his 4 overs. And it'll remain 11 runs in his 4 overs for 1 wicket. And he's bowled really well. Both ends doing the job for me here. So Lions are 71 for 6 with 4 overs remaining. As mentioned previously, if they can try and get to that 80-90 run mark, it just gives them something to defend. But they'll really have to be on song if they were to defend that total. As Pav is continuing downhill to Mick. As he leaves that outside off. So I think Pav will be trying to set him up here with an innie at some point in the over. As Mick puts that away for a couple of runs. And Mick's been batting really well. Has looked quite comfortable so far. And he edges that one for 1 run. Mahia not fully comfortable with that dive, but fell quite short. So good start so far for the Lions in this over as Pav continues. As Pav's trying to set him up with the innie, but he's just dragged that down leg side. Mick's just letting the umpire know that he's just come off his bat for 1 run. Well bowled by Pav at his toes, and Mick's played it really well for a dot. So you got one more ball left in the over. Oh, and Mick trying to hit it a little bit harder, but managed to keep it quite low for a couple of runs. I think he should continue to bat the way he is and just keep ticking him around. Last thing we want to do is just throw a wicket away with 3 overs left. So Lions are 77 for 6 after 17 overs. So a couple of the crowd members just noting how agile Mahia has been in the field. So he's just having a chat to Pav regarding whether he needs a keeper or not. And he just wants him at a silly mid-off position. So Anuj is continuing bowling uphill. 3 overs, none for 11. So Mick's on 10 and Vijay's on 1. As he leaves that one. Quite short by Anuj. Anuj continuing. Bowling short. Vijay thought about it, but did the right job there, just leaving that alone. And that's the 1 short ball for the over. And well defended by Vijay and well bowled by Anuj. Just back of a length, and Vijay's played that quite comfortably. Oh, and well bowled by Anuj. Taking the pace off the ball. didn't pop up high enough for either Ayush or Pav to get to the ball. As Anuj bangs it in short, and Vijay's played it really well, but just not able to find the gap there. So another dot ball. So you got one more ball remaining for the over. And Anuj bowls a really good slow ball and well played by Vijay. So got a couple overs to work with the Lions here. So they're 77 for 6 after 18. So Mick's batting really well for 10, and got Vijay batting in again for 1 run. So Mihir's bringing himself on here to get 1 over in. Seeing as he's bowled his strike balls early on, he's having to require to bowl himself towards the end of the innings, which has paid dividends so far. So we'll see how we go. So he has been moving the ball as of late here, bowling up and down, as Mick defends that away for a dot ball. So we'll see how Mihir goes here. And another dot ball. Mick's just got to worry about getting bat on ball here. Need to rotate the strike as well if able, as Mihir's continuing around the wicket. And Mick misses out there. Full toss, defend it straight back to the bowler. So Mihir's just getting through his over here. As Mick misses that one. So good over so far by Mihir. No runs off the over, 2 balls remaining. As Mihir just drops in a little bit shorter and hit back to Mitch for another dot ball. So this could be a crucial over here if he bowls a maiden, which he does. Great over. That's a really good over. I think Mick had the opportunity there to score runs early in the over, especially when he's pitched it quite full, but all he had to do was just hit the wall. But nevertheless, so you got 1 more over remaining. So there's 77 for 6 Alliance. So Mick's still in with 10. Vijay's come into bat again. He's on 1 run, and Pav's going to continue bowling uphill. He's got 1 more over left for the innings. So he's bowled 2 overs, 1 for 10. Shot by Vijay. Huge shot. As the Lions get up and about, that's a cracking shot for 6. And the Lions really appreciating that. That was a beautiful cricket shot. A lovely lofted on drive for 6. Well controlled as well. So he's just letting Pav know where he needs to be bowling. As he plays it really well, but well fielded by Inuj there. As Pav's bowling relatively full here. I think he just needs to bring his length back a little bit. Dot ball. And well bowled by Pav. I think Mick just needs to try and sneak in a run or 2 here at the non-strikers end, as Pav continuing. Another dot ball. So a couple of balls left. He's just going to have another chat to Pav. If they get to 90 odd, I think they should be able to challenge Vikings here, the Lions, as Pav's continuing. Another good shot, but not able to find the wall. Hitting the ball well here, but just not able to find the gap. So there's 1 more ball left remaining in the innings. We'll see how Pav plays this here. As they scatter for 3 runs. So 9 off the last over. So well batted by Vijay, even though he had a couple of opportunities to get it up, but nevertheless, that's okay. So they finish the innings with 86 for 6. Lions probably 40 to 50 runs short here, but they've given themselves something to defend with. So the pressure's on the Vikings now to just get the job done, essentially, which he's probably letting them know now. But for Lions to have a chance, they need to get Mihir out quite early when he does come to the crease, as well as Smish, because those two have been in some ripping form with the bat in the season so far. But just like any game, if you get a wicket early on, it'll put the pressure on the batting team for sure. So Neil's just having a chat to his boys, really trying to get them on the same page and what he needs of his team for the grand final. It's going to be quite a close game, I feel. If Neil and his boys get a wicket early on. So we'll have a short break. I'll have a look at the comments, and if there's any questions, put them in the chat. We'll have a bit of a discussion if we can. I'll see you in a bit. So, welcome back, viewers, for the second innings. So the Vikings have got 87 runs to win here. As mentioned previously, they're probably 40 to 50 runs short, but it's a different game when it comes to finals. Every run counts. So we'll see how the Vikings respond with the bat. So thanks for your question, Nikhil. As confirmed by the keeper of the Lions and Hillsy, these balls aren't new. I think that they're a couple of games in terms of the age of the balls. As Anil's going to open up bowling uphill. Now as he digs that one in short with Anil John strike. So Anil's pulled up a little bit lame here. He has had issues with his rib as of recent. He's had a couple of things going on. Might be the old age creeping in now. So it helps to have a physio in the team, and Nathan is just having a look. So he was just making a comment about a recreation of Michael Jordan's flu game, which Anil might be trying to pull here. Any questions, please leave in the chat. So Anil's continuing. And there's been a fair bit of change with how fast Anil's bowling now. Yeah, Anil is struggling a fair bit here. Not showing it, but he's done well to try and keep it in, which is a bonus for the Vikings. As Anil leaves that outside off. So no runs yet off the over. As he digs that in short, which Anil plays pretty comfortably. Anil, sorry. So Anil's just giving his side another stretch as he comes in. So a good dot to finish off the over. So no runs yet. So they just need to continue putting the pressure on from the very get-go. If Lions don't continue this pressure, this game will go away from them very quickly. So Nathan will be bowling downhill. If they can get Mitch out relatively quickly, it'll be game on. So Nathan bowling from over the wicket with a thickish edge off Mitch. So the lines are really up and about here, and they have to be for the whole innings. As Mitch plays it really well back to the bowler and well Bob Nathan. Be interested to see how well Anil will be moving from that cover position. If Mitch is to be edging off the wall, whether Anil can go for that diving catch. We'll see how he goes. So Hills with a bit of banter with his teammate in Mitch. And he's edged it! And it's caught by Mick! Really well bowled by Nathan there. Just dug that into the pitch and made Mitch into an uncomfortable position here, as you might be able to hear in behind with the Viking supporters distraught with that wicket. It's a big wicket, and it's the big boy in Mejia potentially coming in. Bit of a delay in who's batting. And as we mentioned earlier, you know, if the Lions have a chance, have to get wickets early, and they have. So it is Mejia coming in at 3, the skipper. So Anil's just going to have a chat as he gives me a thumbs up to Nathan. This is a massive, massive moment in the game. Grand final, skipper's in early. Nathan off to a great start. This is a crucial moment of the game. And this partnership could determine in the result of the final. So Nathan's continuing over the wicket as Mejia edges it, and the lines are really up and about. So Lions really got to capitalise this momentum here. So they got one ball left for the over. Nathan going to continue over the wicket. And he digs that one in, and Mejia plays that quite comfortably for a dot ball. So 2 runs for 1 wicket off the 2 overs. So Anil is continuing to bowl uphill. So he seems to be feeling okay to continue bowling. As Anuj plays his misses there. So Eels just having a quick suss of the test scores. For those out watching the cricket, England at a 2 for 63 as Anil's continuing uphill. As Anuj keeps that out. So I think Anil might try and bowl his over out. His over's out. So I feel like if he does stop bowling, he might pull up even more sore, but we'll see how we go. As he's continuing. Well left by Anuj. So you already see with Anil, he's just not able to get his non-bowling hand high as he could. And bringing it down to generate some of that bounce that he usually does, as Anuj plays it really well back for no runs. Teammate of Mihir. Both play for the Mighty Ducks as Anil continues, and well defended by Anuj to point where Depesh is fielding. So you got one ball left for the over, and no runs so far off Anil's bowling. And another dot, and another maiden for Anil. So the Vikings 2 for 1 of 3 overs. And Nitin's continuing. And Mihir will be on strike here. So bit of nail biting going on in the Viking camp. So Nitin continuing over the wicket. Oh, and just come off the body for a dot ball. As he bowls it full, and he's just edged that to the offside. Lions with the oohs and ahs following that shot, but Mihir wasn't really happy with that. But we'll continue on as Nitin will continue over the wicket. We'll look to bring this one into the Mihir, as he does, and plays it really well for a couple of runs. So the Vikings are trying really hard here to keep supporting the boys in the middle. As Nitin ball's relatively full, and he plays it really well, but well fielded by Mick for a dot. So couple of balls left in the over. 5 for 1, the score. Oh, and he's nearly edged it back onto the stumps for 1 run. So got one more ball left in the over. So Nitin's 1 for 6 so far. And he's on 5 at the moment. So lines up and about. And well left by Mihir, and it's over. So 4 overs, 6 runs for the wicket. Really good start, and the crowd just having a chat regarding how slow they've started in Vikings. But again, it's quite hard to get the runs on board very quickly after losing a wicket early. So Mahir's just querying how many runs Mitch made. Already thinking ahead of whether he needs to return or not. I think he made 1 run. Yeah. So new bowler, Depesh bowling uphill to Anuj. And it's just kicked up there, back of a length. Oohs and ahs around the field. So Nitin just having a chat to Depesh here. Oh, well bowled and well played. Depesh getting a bit of bounce off the pitch here, and I think the fielders in Anil and Mick may come into play here. Oh, and there was an appeal for caught behind, and from my end, I'm right behind the keeper. There's a little bit of a noise there, but Heelsley did a half appeal, but not out. As Depeche digs one in again, and Anuj played that well for a dot ball. So no runs off the over so far. So 2 balls left for the over. And the single just worked off the hips. Really well played, and Vikings need to really keep ticking them, as Anil's had a mid-meeting. So 1 ball left in the over. And well played by Anuj to leave that. So 7 runs for the 1 wicket after 5 overs. It is a relatively slow start. So Mahir's on 5 runs, and Anuj just on the 1 run. So change of bowler. So Div's coming on to bowl downhill, as Heelsley is requesting a drink. So Heelsley just needing a quick drink, and 99% of the time it's Coca-Cola. So they've taken the keeper out here. 3 in the offside and 2 on the onside, as Div's just making slight changes to the field. So Mahir on strike here. Div bowling over the wicket. Dot ball. No shot offered by there from Mahir. Oh, and well bowled. And well played too by Mahir. It's going to be a really tough period for the Vikings here if Lions continue to bowl this well. As Div continues, and a dot ball. So he bowls another short ball, and that should be one for the over, and it is. Really good bowling here by Div. Keeping it nice and tight. So there's 2 balls left in the over. As Mahir leaves a wide one down leg side. Oh, and that's just hit Mahir in the rib. Can't tell if he's wearing his chest guard again or not. As there's 1 more ball left for the over. Oh, not so far off Mick at square leg. So inside edge. Mahir's trying to play that straight up, but not the case. And it's over. So 9 runs for the 1 wicket after 6 overs. This is a very, very slow start. And it'll catch up to them in the middle and in the end of the innings for the Vikings. This is a great start by the Lions here. Knowing that they didn't put enough runs on the board, they had to be ready from the get-go, and that they have, getting Mitch out early. So Heelsley is coming into the attack, bowling uphill, bowling left arm over, as Nathan's going to have a chat to him. So Heelsley's been a really good asset for the Lions. As of recent, over the last season or 2, has come back bowling again. Not spin, as he usually bowls outdoor. And just come off the legs of Anuj for a dot ball. As I was saying, bowls his left arm orthodox outdoor, and bowls left arm medium pace, as Anuj works that really well down leg side for a single. So Heelsley's just got to adjust his line here. As he digs that one in, Anuj plays that relatively easy for a dot ball. So Lions are continuing to stay up on the field. Oh, and just misses that one, and a dot ball. It was there to be hit, but just missed out there. So Nathan's just having a chat to Hilsey regarding the fielding changes as he's continuing over the wicket, and it's just falling short of Mickey. Nudge needs to find a way to try keep the scoring ticking along. Lions have bowled really well from the start. As he leaves that one. So it's 1 for 11 after 7 overs. It's a great start, and Hilsey's rat with having his Coke mid-game. As the boys around him are drinking the old H2O. So Mahir still in there, 6 runs and a nudge on 3. Needing another 70-odd runs in the last 13 overs. Run rate really creeping up quick now. And if Mahir's not able to keep ticking them along with the nudge, they're going to struggle to chase the total, in which you wouldn't be expecting to say. But as I was saying, it is a grand final, and it's not the same as the regular season game. So Div's continuing downhill as inside edge into his leg, and just fallen short of both Anil and Hilsey. So the Lions are up and about here, as I reckon Mahir's just hit his own leg there, and he should be okay here. It's not a pleasant feeling to hit your own ankle. So real pressure on here. So they don't have the keeper out, so they've got 3-2. As Div digs that one in short for a dot ball. Anuj not really looking to run, which I think he should be doing. Just at least try to take the pressure off. As there's no run there. And another short ball, which left alone by Mahir. Mahir a bit puzzled there into why that's not one for the over, but it is what it is. The crowd aren't happy with that call as Div continues, which I don't think is out. Appealing for LB. Rookie confirming it was going to be high, and I think Mahir took a fairly decent stride there. So got 1 ball left remaining. So Nathan just having a quick chat to Div there. And he finished that off with a dot ball. So 1 for 11 after 8 overs. I think these two are just really going to bank and try and score the rest of the runs here, and they just need that 1 over where they can get 7 or 8 runs and then really kickstart the innings off. Very experienced players in Anuj and Mahir playing for the Mighty Ducks in Cup grade. So Hilsey's going to continue bowling uphill to Anuj. But as I was saying, the Vikings need an over where they just get some runs on the board. But credit to the Lions, they've started superbly with the bowling and haven't put a foot wrong so far. So Anuj is on strike here, with Nathan just slightly back here, and Anuj is just pulled away for a dead ball. So as I was saying, Nathan's just slightly deeper now with Depeche. Oh, and well bowled by Hilsey, just beating the bat. So I think that'll play in the mind of Anuj, having those 2 fielders back, as he leaves another one on the offside, because he does hit the drive shot quite hard, and with those 2 back, it'll be definitely playing in the back of his mind. So Hilsey's continuing over the wicket for another dot ball, and he's just trying to rush the batsman here, not giving him any space to get the shot away. As Anuj plays that really well with soft hands for 1 run. It's a great over by Hilsey so far. Catch! Oh! So not just trying to play the ball late into the ground, but that's come off the back wall and nearly gone in the hands of Div there. Great attempt, but just fallen a little bit short. So Anil's wanting to be in front of the batsman here as Anuj plays that really well for a run. So they're 1 for 14 after 9 overs. They're needing 70 odd runs for the remaining 11 overs. So it's going to be tough. It's going to come down to the wire. They can't afford to get out now. They've faced a fair amount of balls, so they've really got to make sure they capitalise here. So those that tune in, the Lions made 86 in the first innings. Probably 40 to 50 odd runs short, but they rebounded really well with the bowling innings. As Div is continuing. So Vikings have just lost only the 1 wicket in Mitch, but their run rate is very, very, very slow. Under 2 and over. As Div's continuing and Mahir's leaving another one. Welcome Anil Bala to the chat. Just commenting Anuj doing a Pujara. Yep, very similar playing styles. Wanted to play behind point as he's just fixing the stump line. So Div continuing over the wicket, just hitting me here in the chest. Div's done really well so far, coming into the attack. Only 2 runs off his 2.5 overs. Hasn't put a foot wrong so far. And another leave by Mahir. So there's a couple of balls left in the over. 1 for 14. Mahir still on 6. And another short ball, then it should be 1 for the over. And it is a wide ball to the cheering of the Vikings and the supporters. Wasn't a bad ball to be fair, but just a fraction high, which is alright. So, Div digging it in and just coming off the body of Mahir for a leg bye. He's gone to the point now where the pressure's really on. So Div finishing his over off with a leg bye, evasive action. So we're halfway through the Vikings innings and they are 1 for 17 off their turnovers, needing 70 runs to win in their last 10. It can definitely be done, and the batsmen they have at the crease can do the job. It's a matter of if they can do it. Experienced campaigners in Anuj and Mahir. So Mahir's just going to have a chat to Anuj, and I reckon he'll be saying the same thing in terms of just trying to get that run rate up a little bit if we can. They can't afford to lose a wicket here. They've sacrificed a lot of balls. So Hills is continuing uphill as Anuj plays it really well to another dot ball. So Hills pitched that short and really well played by Anuj, controlled onto the ground for a run. Was trying to look for a run, but he's called no pretty early. I'm not really sure what's going on down that end. He was having a chat to the umpire as he continues. And, chance for a run out. And it's gone towards the umpire instead of the actual stumps itself. So not sure what's happened there, whether it's just not come out right of the hand or whether the ribs come into play, but a couple of runs there to Anuj as Hilsey continues. And really well played by Anuj for 4 runs there. So the Vikings starting to lift here as Hilsey's continuing over the wicket. As Mahir leaves that one alone. So there's one to come for the over. And great shot by Mahir. Straight down the ground for 4. Slightly upish. Probably fell a foot in front of Hilsey, but great shot nonetheless. And there's a great over for him. But they're still just ticking just over 2 and over. So they're 1 for 28 after 11. The Vikings need to continue that sort of energy in between the wickets for the rest of the innings now. This is going to go down to the wire. This is definitely going to go down to the wire. So good evening to the viewers that have just tuned in. So Mahir's chasing the second win in the APL. As Nitin comes back into the attack and starts off with a relatively wide ball down leg side, which Anuj leaves. As Nitin's continuing and well left by Anuj. Getting that extra bounce, bowling downhill. There is that little spot there that will stay low, and then whether Nitin knows that, I'm not too sure. As Anuj just trying to play that straight over the middle fielder for 6, but it's just come off the side net for 2 runs. So definitely pressure here on the batting team. As Nitin continues over the wicket. And well bowled. Trying to break through Anuj's defences, but well played in the end. So they're 1 for 31. Halfway through the 12th over here as Nitin's continuing. Well bowled and well played. Great shot by Anuj there down the ground for 4 runs. Wasn't too bad of a ball, slightly down leg side, but Anuj just played that really, really well. Oh, and bit of fishing going on by Anuj there. Luckily didn't catch the edge. So 1 ball left in the over. So Nitin's gone only for 13 runs off his 2.5 overs. And he's just sprayed that down leg side for a wide. So he just needs to get his length right and finish over really well here, Nitin. Oh, and it's a close opportunity. Anuj sneaking that off into the back wall and just falling short of a nil. Whether the rib has affected that result, I'm not too sure. It looked to move relatively well, but we'll see how we go. So, Vikings passing the 3 runs per over mark here in 1 for 37 after 12. Still work to do. So Mahir's on 10 and Anuj increase his run rate himself onto 20 runs. So the Sheriff is back to bowl. So he's carrying a bit of an injury with his rib, and he's had to change the action up, but credit to him, he's bowled really well. No runs off his 2 overs so far, as he's bowling uphill to Mahir. Oh, and Mahir's trying to play that down up into the wall, but hit the roof and luckily come down safely. Now Mahir stretching his own rib. So battle of ribs gone on here. As Mahir plays that really well for a dot ball. Good fielding by Hilsey, who was also carrying an injury. He's got some issue going on with his left hand as Anil continues. Mahir plays it real well for a couple of runs. Anuj wanted the extra run, but it was a good call by Mahir in the end as the ball went straight to the fielder. Oh, and Mahir's charged down the wicket, got the edge off the back wall and just carried short to the fielder in Depeche and Div. Mahir sensing that he wants to try and capitalise. And he was bowling at the moment. He's not bowling as quick as he usually does. He's continuing bowling as he leaves that alone for a wide. And really well played and really well fielded by Neil. He's giving his rib a real good workout today. And it's not like he would have skipped a grand final. So, one ball left in the over. 4 off it. And great shot by me here, the down up. And it is only 4 runs, as he didn't complete the run before it hit the back wall. So, for the viewers out there, it usually would have been 6 runs, but he didn't complete the run quick enough before it crossed the back wall. But good over nonetheless. Paid off, so 13 overs completed. 1 for 45, the Vikings needing 40 runs off the last 7 overs. So Mahir looking to increase the run rate here, and he's quickly gone on to 17, and Anuj remains on 20. So, Mick's come on to bowl, and I reckon Mahir and Anuj are having a chat regarding capitalising Mick. If there's a time to do it, it has to be now. So, Hilsey is returning into keeping. So, good evening to those who are tuning in. It's just going to be a close finish here. Vikings need 42 runs to win off their 7 overs. So Mick bowling over the wicket. Right arm over, bowling downhill as Anil leaves that alone. And that's a great shot by Anuj to work that to the leg side for 3 runs. As a batsman give each other thumbs up. So Neil's just going to have a chat to Mick, and the chat will be to just bowl that back of a length and not give the batsman the freedom to play their shots. So he'll be facing Mick for the first time here. So well played by me here, relatively full ball, and great fielding by Div, who's fielding quite close, so he's not going to have much time to react here. So Mick's just got to make sure he continues to bowl full and not short, because he will continue to pull him. And a dot ball, and you can see his intention. He is wanting to pull into the wall and scatter through, but good bowling by Mick. Just full enough here. So great shot by Mahir for 4 runs. They probably could have ran through, which Mahir is just saying sorry now to Anuj, but still runs off the over. So they got one more ball left in the over, so 7 runs off so far. So Mick's just got to finish the over off relatively well, and he does for a dot. So 14 overs completed, 1 for 52. So Anuj is on 23 and Mahir 21. Over the last couple of overs, they've really started to increase the run rate now. So this is make or break here for either team. So Neil's just having a chat to his boys, letting them know to stay up and bowl your line and length. And Mahir's probably telling Anuj to keep going. It's going to be really close finish here. So Anil's going to bowl his remaining over uphill. So he's gone for 8 runs of his 3 overs. 2 mains to start off with, and yeah, just conceded the 8 runs of his last over. But you know, any team will take their bowlers bowling 3 overs for 8 runs, especially with an injury at the moment as well. So he's not bowling as quick as he should be, but he's adjusted really well. So Anuj facing, and Anuj should look to rotate the strike. So Anuj plays it really well. Anil digging that in short, just missed the 4 on the leg side, but good shot nonetheless. Well played by Anuj, trying to play that behind point, but Depeche fielded that really well, stopping the ball, hitting the wall for a dot ball. So just slight adjustments to the field, bringing Nithin in as Anuj keeps that away for a dot ball. The Lions really need to make sure they stay up here, because the game could go away from them very quickly against these two. Oh, and drop catch by Depeche, hard chance, but still a run. So there's 2 balls left in the over, so Neil's just gone for 10 runs off his 3.4 overs. As Anuj plays that to the leg slide for a couple of runs, really well played. So Vikings are starting to be up and about now on the boundary. And it's a great take! Huge wicket for him. That's a beautiful catch by Ilzi. And well bowled by Anil too. That's a massive wicket as well. Anuj starting to lift the run rate up, gone for 27. So, 56 for 2. Or 15 overs. So, they need 31 runs to win off their 5 overs. Got wickets to play with, but the batting depth can be questioned. So it looks like Div is continuing. So Div has been the pick of the bowlers. Hasn't gotten a wicket, but he's bowled 3 overs for 3 runs only. He's done really well, especially bowling to Mahir, just bowling nice and short, and Mahir hasn't had time to play the up-down shot into the wall and rotate the strike. He has left probably 95% of the balls that he has bowled short, so it'll be interesting to see whether Mahir does go on the counter-attack or whether he wants to face off Div's last over. And another leave by Mahir against Div. So Div's dug that in short, but hasn't gotten up, and Mahir's played that really well. For 4 as he moves on to 25. So continuing over the wicket, and he leaves that alone as well. So Lions, a lot of pressure on the Lions here to try and break this partnership if they can. As Mahir cops one to the body, and it should be a leg bye, and it is. Evasive action. So he's got 2 balls left in his spell, Div. Bowled really well onto the toes, and he's kept that out really well and fielded really well. So great bit of cricket going on here in the APL Grand Final between the Vikings and the Lions. So Div's got 1 more ball left in his spell. Gone over for 7 runs off his 3.5 overs. And he's dug that in short again. And he has left it alone. So great spell by Div, 4 overs, 9 for 7 off his 4. So 4 overs left. And the Vikings need 26 runs to win. So just over 6 and over. but definitely doable with Mihir in, and Gunny can bat as well. Another veteran of SPL. So I believe he's just filling in for the Mighty Ducks at the moment. Correct me if I'm wrong, but played a lot of seasons for 8 shooters as he's on strike now, and Depeche will be bowling uphill. So they've got no keeper at the moment, so they'll be looking to stop the ball hitting the wall. So it's just getting to that crunch time now. So Depeche usually bangs him in short, and it's just bought it back of a length, and that's just come off the leg of Gunny for a leg bite. So Depeche continuing. Oh, couple of runs there. Got lucky there, ball getting down. So it's 2 runs there. Well bowled and well played by Gunny. With Depeche hitting the deck. It's just bowling short of a length here. So just a couple of runs off the over so far. Great shot by Gunny. That is a great cover drive for 3 runs. And you're starting to feel the pressure now. So 6 runs already off the over now. And he's bowling around the wicket, yeah. So this is a massive, massive over. And Gunny plays it really well for a single. Probably could have ran that, but I think they're pretty satisfied with the run. So they've got 1 more ball left in the over. As Gunny works that really well on the leg side for a single. So that's a great over for the Vikings. So there's 69 runs with only 2 wickets down with 3 overs left. So they're needing a run a ball in the second season of APL. So he's going back to back. Could he do it? Let us know in the comments. So, huge moment in the game here. Nitin coming back, bowling downhill. So he's 1 more over remaining in his spell. As he digs that one in short, which is 1 for the over, and Vikings bit of a cheer there. So Nitin will have to adjust his length a little bit. As Mihir leaves that alone for a dot ball. So Mihir's plan will be to, unless Nitin bowls really bad balls, is to face out the rest of his spell here. As Nitin's continuing. As he gets a couple of runs there, great shot for 2. Mihir looking very comfortable. Moving on to 27. So Mihir's hit 3 runs. Nitin unfortunately has padded that out of the arena. So Nitin's got 2 balls left in the over, and the run rate required now ticks under 6. So Mihir on strike still. Oh, and Mihir just cops that onto the body. So Nitin's got 1 more ball left in the over and in his spell. Spot really well. So gone for 20 runs with a wicket. Let's see how he finishes his spell off here. And it's a great shot by Mihir for 4 runs. Huge, huge shot there in the circumstance of the game, and the Vikings are up and about here. 2 overs left, and they just need 9 runs. So Mihir has taken his time throughout the whole the whole innings to make sure he's there till the end, and he's done it so far. But the job's not done. And Anil's having a chat to these boys, make sure you stay in the game. So, Heelsy's continuing to bowl uphill. So this game can be over in 2 balls. As Gunny pads that away for a dot ball. So now the crowd have gotten off their chair now. Having a bit of a geeze. And oh! What a take! What an absolute ripper in the leg side there. And Ghani goes. That's a ripping catch by Mick at square leg. As Pav comes into the crease. What a time to come in. Needing 9 off the last 2 overs, just under 2 overs. This is huge pressure for Pav here. Because he needs to get going from ball 1. He's definitely going to feel the pressure, and the line's up and about. And Heels just making slight changes to the field, and the lines are letting Pav know there's a grand final at stake here. So there's 4 balls left in the over. As Heelsy comes in, and Pav leaves that alone for a dot ball. Ladies and gentlemen, this could go down to the very last ball of the innings potentially for the 2nd season of APL. As Heelsy continues. Oh, the great shot by Pav for 6! Straight down the ground! My word! Left a couple of balls and goes bang! Three runs needed. Will he do it at this ball? And he plays it really well off the hips for a single. So there's 1 ball left for the over. So wickets aren't a concern now for the Vikings. It's just a matter of getting those last 2 runs. Unless something miraculously happens. So just making a slight changes to the field. Pav on strike here as he continues, and he bowls a wide. So the scores are tied. What an over from the Vikings, and Pav has batted superbly given the circumstances. So, and he'll just making some changes to the field. Hilsey continues, and Pav defends the ball really well to the offside. So, last ball, gone for a dot, and the scores are tied. So, Mahir will be on strike. The captain of the Vikings, who will very likely be man of the match, given his innings. But we'll see what the umpires say. But he has batted superbly given the circumstances of the game. They've got 1 run to win with Mick bowling downhill. And Mahir will be scoring the winning runs for the Vikings and chasing that second title for the Vikings. So Mick continuing right arm over. Oh, and he's playing mind games here. I'm not sure if that's going to work, but good try. Mick bowls, and it's a dot ball. Mick continuing, and there is the winning runs, and once again the Vikings have gone back to back, and that is one of the best captain innings you'll see in a long time, given the circumstances, and superbly played to Mahir's team and the Vikings. Great effort by the Lions. They gave it a real hard crack. Unfortunately, they only made 80 odd. they gave it a good hard crack at the game. Um, Neil's done really well from his end. He's captained really well throughout. Um, but once again, Mihi's captaincy and the way he leads his team has stood out over the last 2 seasons, and it's shown once again, picking the right players in the draft and getting the job done. So, hope you enjoyed that, viewers. That was a great game to watch. So we shall start the presentation soon.
unlucky Anil today. Progressed well throughout the season, comes to the grand final, and what didn't go right today?
Before I just answer that question, I just want to say a very big thank you to you guys. You played incredibly well, and you led by probably one of the most fiercest and incredible players in Mahir. So really well done and well backed up, Pavel. Yeah, so tonight, I suppose it could have easily been one of those games. It probably was one of those games where it could have gone either way. And yeah, the better team probably won it tonight. Mahir just carried them really well. Not carried them, he batted perfectly, 38 not out. We threw the kitchen sink at him, and he had pretty much answers for everything. To our guys, incredibly proud. We did absolutely everything we could out here. We didn't leave a single dive, a single delivery, or a single run. We did pretty much the best we could, and that's all I could ask for.
You had an outstanding performance in the APL yourself. Today there was a bit of an injury on your clouds. What was that all about?
No, it was nothing really. I was in phenomenal hands with Tino. He took good care of me before the game. I just couldn't really just bend down a little bit. Just a very small rib injury, but it didn't really affect the outcome of the game. So.
And look at the APL as a whole. What was the positives that you saw from this competition, from this year, from last year?
Yeah, from APL 1, APL 2. Well, yeah, we had a really good sponsor in Care Next Level. They took very good care of us. Just a round of applause for Care Next Level. Incredibly accommodating sponsor. Anything we requested, they literally said, yep, no problems. They were so happy to support this tournament. And yeah, from, I guess, a playing level, it was a very high quality standard. It was a shortened one, of course, and also a very controversial one, which always gets the players talking.
Unlucky Anil for today, and well spoken there. What up?
And then to the big slick, he took a 4-for-1 against this team previously, and he's carried his bat many times. Thank you, big slick. To the GOAT of SBL, Hilsey Boy, pleasure playing with you this season. Thank you, Hilsey Boy. Tournament who batted the first, he opened the batting and then he was there for the 20th ball, so the 20th over, so well done, Pasha. And Divi, if you've ever got a plan and you need someone to execute, get Divi on your side. He's the best team player going around. Thanks, Divi boy. And honestly, an incredible friend and one of the greatest vice captains I could have ever played with. Thank you so much, Tino. It was a pleasure playing with you. Oh, yeah. And just very quickly, lastly, Vish. Unfortunately, we couldn't get a game tonight, but thank you so much for your contribution to the team. And then just a quick shout out to Shami and Nick who are at home. Thank you very much, guys.
Medal for probably one of the nicest guys that I've played with, a guy that I've learned so much from, and I'm so humbled to present the medal to Anil as our captain for this season. Thank you, Peter, boy. Matrix, hold on, mate.
Well, firstly, thank you to Lions. Tremendous tournament, great final, and these boys as well. They've been great all tournament. This tournament much shorter, I suppose. So it was a little bit of a faster tournament going along with Cup grade as well. But I guess it was still the same fun, good quality cricket. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Going back into the option, it was tough losing Sushant early on. And how did you go about selecting a side and a squad?
Look, it's tough losing Shashant if you want to stay within the salary cap, right? Pulkit might think otherwise, but if you want to stay within the salary cap, you've got to make compromises. But in terms of quality, I guess I went bowler friendly again, knowing that I can't bowl, so everyone else will chip in with the bowling. Pav was the vice captain, helped me out a lot with the team, the schedule, everything else. Gunny, thank you for playing again. He came out of his short retirement to come out and play. There's a few guys who haven't played before. Mitch came in, who hasn't played before. I guess he's enjoyed it, so SPL will be better off with him. And everyone else in the squad as well. Thank you very much.
Well, I was going to my next question, but you've answered that already, so I'll leave it there. So well done, Mihir, and congratulations on your back-to-back.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Oh, and I'd say thank you to Nathan as well. He's been keeping me on the field. Great physio, best physio in town. So if you've got any issues, go and see him. We'll just start with it. Come on. Finally got one. Got one. Ayush. Gunny. Captain. Just before we move, players who weren't able to play today, I suppose we'll have a medal for them as well. Unlucky that they weren't available today, or they didn't make sure that they were available. But we'll
And to the winning captain, mate. Want to play with the captain? Mahir is the guy, so congratulations, Mahir. All right, man.
One more to present, and it's the MVP, man of the match of today's game. Me and Bagsy have decided that it goes to the captain, Mihir, for his unbelievable knock, 38, 1 over and 1 maiden. Well done. Here you go. And wait there. And a voucher from Hoyt. And here is the winning trophy. Well done, Mihir. Well done, the Helffenstein Vikings. Huh? Yeah, no, come in, boys. I'll take you, Joe. Just say whatever you want to say.
Thank you, viewers, for switching in for the second season of APL. Hope you had a good evening, and hopefully you keep supporting SPL. Good evening, and see you later.